Expectations were one that I had heard a number of podcasts from Jerome. And so I expected a kind of structured experience. I knew it was 11 weeks. And so in my mind, I came in approaching it as a longer process, right? I did have the expectation around class time. So I blocked that out with my wife and talked with her and, tried to make sure because, in my profession, I already have Wednesday nights for Bible study. So it's Sunday, I have another day of rest. But if I get another evening and I block out time, it could be 3 or 4 days out the week that I'm going to be from in the morning till at nighttime. Just had to have those, conversations up front and try to continue to accomplish it. And so I also did think, I knew there was going to be some people in there, at least my expectation was that the people that were going to be in there were some real heavy hitters, and for lack of a better term, I thought folks coming in would be high level in terms of knowledge and wealth and just thinking through questions and around real estate and have had a lot of experience. So that's what my expectation. I think the reality in the first week, the open and welcoming atmosphere for folks that are coming in who are interested, curious, and did not maybe necessarily meet that expectation that I had in my head. They didn't necessarily 50 years in the game or 20 years of experiences and all these things. And I would say in the first 2 weeks or so, I had a more holistic view of what I thought the program was going to be, because the first 2 weeks covering, I guess, inner attitude and the kind of mindset, and that being a very real part of the Myers method, and thinking about real estate, but not just the actual properties, and then having the definition of it's not property, it's not just land, it's a business that's attached to, say, a particular address. And so, just kind of in the first couple of weeks, it helped get some group definitions, add to my language. And it did give me a sense that folks were asking questions that I had. I feel struggled and, challenged on asking all the questions or getting the question right in my head and then saying it. But I really appreciate the classmates. Favorite thing about the course, I can say 2 things. This was the number one. It was the conversation around glossary. The way that the interaction happened, I hadn't seen that particular way of teaching. I have a lot of models of informed teaching, but I appreciated the way that the conversation, a real interactive conversation that you would have had any other day with the form right in front of you. I caught on and I was like, what's going on? I think that might have been kind of buzzing in the group chat at the time, like what's happening, or have we started yet? And then once we figured it out, it's like, oh, you're actually going down the very terms and glossary that you need in order to be proficient in a deal and to be conversational in a deal and to be taken serious, and not only be taken serious, but not be taken advantage of. That was my favorite part.